two things we talk about that move a human body. You've got airflow, you've got chains of muscles. And we didn't invent polyarticular chains of muscles. It was, and excuse me if I get the French wrong, Francois Mazier, I believe. And I know I butchered his last name, so I apologize. Polyarticular muscles are muscles that are functioning in sequence with each other. And so we're looking at two polyarticular chains on this diagram. We've identified in PRI 4, we're just going to go over 2 of the 4 chains today. So you've got upstairs or above the brachial chain, we call the BC. And they lie over the anterior pleural and cervical area. And these chains influence the cervical rotation, shoulder dynamics, apical chest wall inspirational expansion. Ideally, what you want to have is that these chains alternate in their ability to compress one side of the body and turn one side of the body, especially with gait. So we call these chains gait performance chains. And you can see that the muscles are listed. You've got anterior lateral intercostals, the deltoid pec muscle, Simpson's fascia. That's that fascia that it goes up above and envelops the pec minor and radiates or translates up into the neck. You've got this.
Sorry if I can interrupt you just for a second, Skip. Justin, can you just bring the diagram back up for us while we're talking about this? Thank you. Okay, so we've got the diagram up.
So you see in that chest wall another muscle behind the chest wall called the triangularis sterni. That's a muscle really of exhalation. The SCM, the sternocleidomastoid, scalenes are really important in this chain.
Yep.
And then, of course, the diaphragm. That's the heart and soul of what we're talking about today. So these are really important chains of muscles that compress one side of the body, especially during stance phase and gait. But what happens, and I'll talk about asymmetries, is that you'll have a dominant chain, typically the right side of our chest wall becomes more compressed. And I'll show you pictures of people that have a shoulder that's lower on the right, etc. And you'll see that compression.
Okay.
Then what you have below, you have this other chain called an anterior-interior chain. You've got 2 of them on either side as well. They also have a significant influence on respiration and rotation of the trunk, the rib cage, the spine, and the lower extremities. So what you're going to see in this chain is the diaphragm, obviously, the iliacus psoas, the TFL, the vastus lateralis, and biceps femoris. So that chain of muscles goes from the diaphragm down to the lateral knee. That's the anterior-interior chain. And I sent a handout out, I believe everybody has one, on the left AIC pattern. I believe that's in a handout. Hopefully people got that.
We didn't give that out in advance, but we will give it out after the show.
Skip. Perfect. And it's called the left anterior-interior chain pattern. That really describes this dominant chain. Now, this dominant chain called the left AIC pattern really drives us over to our right leg. This is where we're going to get to the modified obers in just a little while. And you also have this dominant left anterior-interior chain pattern, and you have a right anterior-interior chain.